I'm fine. How are you? All is well? Good to see you. Yes, sir. I don't know why this thing has decided to act up now. Still not cutting it, so there you are.
Where am I looking? You have to remind me where I look.
Where? Let's come into the picture and you're good to go. There you are.
Okay. And I'm looking right there or on you? That's
straight. Either way is fine. If you want to look straight ahead, that's fine.
To and from or... Okay.
Okay. All right, stand by. Let's go, studio. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program. Both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we're coming to you live from the Negril Community Center here in Negril, Westmoreland. It's another in the series of Mission for Change. This is the 2023 edition. And I could have guessed, and I could have told everybody that there's one person who is definitely going to be here. If it's one person I know who's going to make that extra effort to be here, apart from the usual members of the team, is of course Nurse Claudette Howell. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
Good afternoon, Dervan. I'm great, thank you.
It's good to see you. So when did you get in?
I arrived last week Saturday in Kingston, and we got the ball rolling from, I would say, from Sunday.
Okay.
You know, we had our usual briefing, and then we had a little surprise. There was a reception by the Minister of Health. So I was there literally to represent Jaja, because at the same time the group was at their busy session packing and doing their various things. But I could not have let that opportunity miss. How could we leave Jaja out when there were other groups there at the reception?
Yes. Wonderful. So in terms of, based on your experience year after year doing this mission, how would you characterize this year compared with previous years?
It's, you know, we had a little break, although some of us were here in 21 for the COVID-19 mission. So for me, it's like it was a continuation. But it was not a community mission. We were in the facility, in the hospital. So it was really good coming back, and you could see that the people just really welcomed the change. Like the name say, Mission for Change. And I said to myself, yes, it's a valuable service.
Yes.
Coming to Jamaica, and you just so re-energized each time that we arrive, and just leaving feeling that sort of ambivalent in the sense that the persons wish that we could be here much longer, but also happy that we were able to provide the services as they requested.
And what can you tell us about the patients you have seen? Is there any who stood out for you, or anything in your interactions and engagements with the patients which strike a chord with you?
The dental need is amazing. I mean, they all want medical, but we have to look into that. I'm just wondering, I just got an idea saying, I wonder if I need to reach out to somebody, the minister or somewhere, and say, I'm sure Jamaica has dental service, maybe mobile units,
Right.
but it is greatly needed. Every other person asks for the dentist. As far as medical, I have to say that overall, from what I'm seeing doing missions over more than 10 years, persons a little more educated.
Good.
I'm seeing that. I don't know if it's from the mission groups or just going on social media or various things, but you could talk with them on another level. I don't always have to remember, which layman term I'm going to use. But one good thing, being a Jamaican is a plus.
Oh.
Because when I'm ready, I can go down into how to let the persons understand me.
Okay.
So I assess the situation. You have to do, you know, in nursing, they say individualize your care plan. So not everybody is going to be able to read and write at the same level.
True.
And I can see that and hear that when they come. And so then I'll gear my conversation accordingly. But they're welcome to their education. And I do hope that, you know, there's a little bit of a non-compliance, you know, with medications. It's our culture.
Yes.
So I'm always begging people.
We say we feel better already, you know, just to find an excuse not to have to
Exactly.
take the medication.
Or the bush, you know.
Yes.
And as you could see, so many persons now are having strokes. And I could see why. One of the reasons. Persons are not taking high blood pressure serious. They will tell you that, yes, when they get the prescription, but I try the home medicine. No, I don't bash them with the, but I'd always say, still try, you can do both. But let your primary person, the healthcare provider, know what you're doing. But right now, you're not being cared, you're not being monitored. And then most of them wait to have a headache. So I'm constantly telling persons it's the silent killer. You might get a headache, but it might not necessarily be from blood pressure. or you might not get it at all, but your blood pressure is very high. And so this is why you always hear Mary Jo or Mr. John, nothing wrong with him, but he just dropped dead suddenly while we're walking around with a dangerously high pressure. So that still has to be controlled here in Jamaica.
How does the average person know? Well, can they really know that, or it's just a matter of when the patient presents?
You know, it's so funny that I am finding more and more persons have come to me and say, I feel it in my eye, I feel it in my head. Now, as a nurse, I don't say you can't be judgmental. I can't say, no, you're wrong. But I do let them know that it's not always. Don't wait for that to know that your blood pressure is high. It has to be checked. And so you cannot wait for next year. I usually recommend you have a local clinic. One thing, the towns have health centers.
Yeah, we have about 330 or so clinics.
Exactly, but they're not using it. Don't wait for mission groups. Don't wait for you to get sick. Go to the health center and say, please check my, even if you don't ask them, the moment you enter and you register, your blood pressure is going to be checked. So I find that I've been saying a lot of that here. They're not using the service.
Okay, well, so a lot more to be done in that respect. And for you, you seem to have, I don't know, maybe it's therapeutic for you because you're still looking as ageless as ever.
Thank you.
But what does this kind of work do for you? How does it impact your outlook and your general sense of well-being?
Adds to it. You don't look at age, and I've always told people that. You know, sometimes people would call me and say, "You're retired yet?" What does that mean? Is retirement a part of you go by age? You know, like people wait to die because the Bible says 70.
Yes.
Nothing like that. You keep moving, and you're thankful. You thank God that you're able to get up. So why stay back? Why not share what you have before you? We all have to go.
That's right.
So while I'm here, I want to leave a legacy that my family can say. They're saying it right now. Mom is gone again to Jamaica to help. And that's the legacy.
Yes.
Yes.
I think there's a saying that says something about aspire to inspire before you expire.
And I hope I'll remember that. Aspire to inspire before you expire. We'll never forget that.
On that note, what a joy. Always great to see
And
you.
I just want to add, Jaja Foundation, as you know, there's several missions coming to Jamaica, and I have been with Jaja for a number of years. I don't see myself going anywhere else. If others call on me, I'm welcome to help. But I also check. Look at the cert, not everybody is coming to do, but I want to go with a program or a group that I know that I can trust, and that's providing the services that the people need. And Jaja is for that.
Excellent. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Dervan. Great to meet you in our beautiful island, Jamaica.
Indeed. Thank you, Doctor. I almost called her Doctor, right? Dr. Dixon, no. That's Nurse Claudette Powell. And here's Dr. Amir Rashid.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing great.
All right.
Very excited to be down here in Jamaica with you guys.
I'm sure you are. I don't think you're going back.
Don't tell my wife that.
All right. First of all, take us back to that encounter or conversation or that time when the term Jaja Foundation was voiced or raised.
I see. So I work in the Bronx currently up in New York City as an emergency physician, and I work alongside Dr. Dixon over here. And Dr. Dixon is very well known in the community, and word spreads very fast. And everyone talks about Jaja this, Jaja that, and I became curious, asked him myself, and he broke it down for me. He told me about all the great things that the Jaja Foundation's been doing down in Jamaica, and I myself am so interested in the global aspect of medicine, so I decided to jump on. Absolutely.
And having jumped on, is it likely that you'll jump off anytime soon?
No, I don't think so. We're riding this all the way to the sunset.
Of course.
Absolutely. I feel like this trip has given me a new perspective on the unity of the Jamaican people. It's quite inspiring, and I'm looking forward to coming back and becoming, more integrated in the Jaja Foundation. organization, and I 100% believe in the work that they're doing. For example, the EMS system that we're attempting to get up off the ground, it's got a lot of opportunity, and I see a huge potential for growth. So I'm here for the long run.
Yeah. So, what is your area of specialization?
I'm an A&E physician, accident and emergency. Yeah, that is my chosen specialty.
Yeah, and this is where you experience and you see a lot of trauma, isn't it?
That's exactly correct. Up in the Bronx, in New York City, it's one of the most violent places in America. One of the poorest districts, congressional districts in the country, as a matter of fact. So we see our fair share of traumatic injuries, including gunshot. Absolutely. As an A&E physician, my oath, my creed, it's anybody at any time. I don't discriminate. I don't care what money you have, what religion you are. It doesn't matter. I'm here for humanity itself. Yeah. Very proud to be here.
Yeah. And a couple more questions for you. How was 2022 for you? And how is 2023 looking? How has it started out in terms of your work?
Well, 2022 we saw the more benign variants of COVID come out and mingle with the influenza virus, mingle with the respiratory syncytial virus. We saw a huge decrease in the amount of deaths, primarily due to vaccinations and the growing herd immunity. At this point, many people have already had COVID, so it's becoming, along with the variant change, becoming much less severe in us. That being said, I'm looking at 2023 with extreme caution. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the news. China.
Oh yeah.
They currently have just opened up and relaxed their COVID rules, and they've reported an estimated 5,000 deaths. The same thing happened this time 3 years ago, 2020, before the explosion happened in the States. We have some mitigating factors. We have the COVID vaccine. We have more immunity. That being said, I'm still extremely cautious, and I think myself and any other physician will tell you we're ready to go into battle mode easily again.
Right, and there's no better primer than what you've been doing so far in terms of keeping you on your toes.
Nothing can get behind us. We're keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
Ever vigilant.
Excellent. Well, it's a pleasure. If I could be so bold to speak on behalf of the government and the people of Jamaica to say a big thank you.
Of course.
And the other members of the team of volunteers 45 and over. And we look forward to welcoming you back to Jamaica next trip.
I'll take that. Thanks for the invitation. I'll definitely be back. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Thank you too. All the best.
Take care.
Okay, take care. Dr. Rashid speaking with us there. And we have more when we come back from this break. 16 minutes past 4 o'clock. Well done. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
You're next in line for your blessing. No problem. But you have to keep me on clock because I will just ask questions. So when you appear.
When they appear. I will not appear. When they appear, you know.
Okay. 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 So, yes. There you are. Yes, I realize that. I don't want to. Let me see. Just a little. No problem. You just keep an eye on the clock.
Have you ever done an OB/GYN before?
Oh, she can go inside.
Maybe not.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Trying to remember the name.
Andrea Midwinter.
There you go. Andrea Midwinter. Okay. Let's go, studio. ¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4:18. ¿Qué le retiro en francés? Il est 4h18.现在 TDN 了4点18分. 18 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at the Negril Community Center in Negril, Westmoreland, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. And hello to all the students listening to us, all the schoolers from the early childhood level to the secondary level. Trust you had a productive day of learning today. Hope you also managed to get in some physical activity, just as important as mental activity. As we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. With me right now well, it's still winter. It's her time. Well, Ms. Medwinter, Andrea Medwinter. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm very well, thank you.
Wonderful. Good to talk with you. And we're anxious to ask a couple of questions, like your area of specialization.
So I'm a nurse practitioner. I specialize in pulmonary and critical care medicine. I work in the ICU. There are different areas. I work in pulmonary and critical care in cancer care. I also work in Miami, Florida in HCA Healthcare.
Oh wow, you sound very busy. I maybe need to ask you one or two of the questions I asked Dr. Rashid earlier on. What was 2022 like for you in terms of your work, and how has 2023 started in that regard?
Well, 2022 was rough following COVID, which was pretty hard on us, especially for the ICU, having to intubate patients and putting them on ventilators and learning all about the disease and how it progressed. 2023 has been a little bit easier, I must say. We're now, at the point where we know exactly how to treat this illness. It's a pandemic that has been more or less controlled. It is still out there, but it's more controlled now, so it's made it easier for us.
Very good. And can you remind us of how you were brought into the Jaja Foundation fold?
So my next door neighbor is actually a longtime member of Jaja Foundation. And she was the one who invited me. 2 years ago, I got involved. I came here for the COVID mission.
Ooh.
And I did that at Savlamar Hospital, which was a very humbling experience for me. I was able to see things that I never knew was possible. I was able to help in areas that was my expertise that was a bit lacking here. So in order to, bridge that gap, it was an amazing experience for me, actually.
You seem to love being on the front line.
I love not being I actually love being I'm an ardent volunteer. I've always volunteered my time, so I don't like the front line, like being on camera right now is extremely difficult for me, but I do like giving service, whatever my
The point I'm making is once there's something to be done and you're there.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. So, when I heard that they were coming back for this mission this year, I definitely had to jump on board. And that was, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. It's been a long week, but it's been amazing.
Absolutely. And do I detect a Jamaican accent somewhere in the mist there?
Born and bred, Marvelly, Jamaica, off Malines Road and Washington Boulevard. That's where my foundation, that's where I started, St. Richard's Primary, the Queen's School for Girls. And then I migrated from Air Jamaica. That was my original start. And then I went on to healthcare, and it has become my love and passion.
Sounds like you have quite a storied past.
Very long one. A very long one, but yes.
Excellent. Well, we join Jamaicans at home and abroad and friends of Jamaica in saluting you and thanking you and the other members of the army of volunteers on the work that you continue to do on behalf of the government and people of Jamaica. Thank you so much. Well done.
My pleasure. I'll always be here to help, always.
Sounds good. That's encouraging news.
Thank
All the
you.
best.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Okay, take care. That's Nurse Andrea Medwinter speaking with us here at the Negril Community Center in Negril, Westmoreland, as we continue to cover the tremendous work being done by more than 45 volunteers from the United States and Jamaica, playing their part, as our national pledge says, in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. But every now and then I like to put in the disclaimer that pass and christening picnic fuss. And if you think something is wrong with that, just remember what flight attendants tell us when they are preparing us for safety instructions. Put on your mask first before helping others. Thank you very much, nurse.
You're most welcome. Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Take care.
Alrighty, very much.
That's Nurse Andrea Medwinter. And who is coming next? Dave Hines, is it?
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good.
Wonderful. What has your experience at Mission 2023? Mission for Change 2023. What has that been like so far?
It's pretty much amazing, you know, you're happy to see that you're able to give back as a Jamaican, you know what the struggles are, so you're able to give back, educate people because that is the key to good health. One of the keys to good health is education. So the turnout is pretty good. You see the smiles on people's face and, you know, you're able to teach them this is how you take care of your health.
Yes.
It's been a pretty much amazing experience
And you've been at it all week?
all week, since Monday.
Have any 2 days been the same based on what you have experienced within these 7 days or so?
Pretty much not. So some days, you know, put it this way, the people who are experienced, you come in contact with, engage different experiences you have with them. So, but it's been 5 busy days that, you know, we look forward to coming out every day, you know, into the public because we are here on a mission, we are here with certain things in mind that we want to achieve. So, no 2 days the same.
Yeah. And why have you committed so much of your time and your energy and your experience and knowledge? Why?
Because this is my country. I want to make my country better. I knew the challenges that I faced when I was here. Now I'm more informed.
Have responded to the work that you have been doing and the care that you have been administering so far?
So they're very receptive. And with the information you give them, you will get the feedback like, whoa, is this even possible with such good?
Yes.
So education, as I said, they're very receptive and they're more informed and can take the care of themselves.
Okay. And finally, what has been the standout moment for you? Anything in all the engagements and the interactions and the experiences that you have had on this Mission for Change 2023? Any of that has remained in your mind and you think will be there for a little while?
The smile.
The smile.
How people are happy that they're able to get some dental care for those who cannot afford it. And it's just pretty much how people receive you everywhere. They're receptive and I'm just happy that they're happy.
Yes. Are you where you hoped to be as a professional? I mean, considering where you're coming from, when you reflect on your life and how your life has evolved, how satisfied are you with where you are now?
I'm very satisfied. I'm more than satisfied because I'm at a place now where, honestly speaking, I would not have been there like 20 years ago. So I'm very happy in that space.
And no doubt it's that kind of gratefulness that perhaps keeps you energized and motivated and want to do more.
Right, pretty much. You know, just to get other people in that space, maybe not where I am, but in their own space, give them a direction and let them know you can get there too.
Absolutely. But it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Continuing with more here on both sides of the story. Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. We're at the Negril Community Center. You're next? Okay. My next. Sure. Hello. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and you are?
My name is Ani Ramachandran.
Ami?
Ani.
Ani Ramachandran.
That's correct.
Ami Ramachandran.
Yes.
It's good to talk with you, Ami Ramachandran.
Ani.
Ani.
A-N-I. Ani.
Ani Ramachandran.
That's right.
I think I have it now.
Yes.
So, Ani, welcome to Jamaica. Is this your first trip?
It's my first trip.
What has the experience been like?
It's been great. 2 weeks in Kingston. 2 days in Kingston on Monday, Tuesday. Helping teaching ultrasound to the physicians and the doctors over there was very meaningful. For the first time, we put actual machines in their hands that they could take back to go to the hospital to use and provide good patient care, and it was one of the most meaningful things that I've done so far.
Yeah. Well, I was going there next.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of what that kind of service, that kind of giving, what does that do for you personally?
It's a good feeling inside to be able to help out, but I think most importantly, not just how it makes us feel, it's just knowing that we're able to give back to the community, and not only give them stuff that only lasts this week, but giving them something that they can use, for the rest of the time that this organization isn't here.
Life-saving technology.
Exactly. Exactly.
What's your area of specialization?
So I'm an emergency medicine doctor.
Okay.
I'm at Jacoby Montefiore Medical Center in Bronx, New York. I'm in my last year of training. And I'll be starting to work next year.
Are you ready?
Yes, I think I'm ready.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
Well, what has the experience here been like, just overall? The total experience so far. I know you still have a few hours in Jamaica, but
It's been great. The demand is there. These patients are asking for the care, and we're busy. We're busy morning to evening, doing what we can, and just seeing the smiles on people's faces after they get what they need has been very nice.
well, it's very heartwarming for us as Jamaicans to have people like you. As there's a song, a beautiful song. You should look it up when you get the chance.
Okay.
People Like You,
Okay.
by Gramps Morgan.
Okay.
Because it speaks about just people like you and the other members of Jaja Foundation, just giving and giving and giving.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'll check it out. Thank
So
you.
we're it's quite heartwarming. And on behalf of the government and people of Jamaica, thank you very much for your service.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it. Thank
Okay.
And the mayor
So
herself.
that's Annie.
Ani.
Yes, thank you.
That's not my name.
Let's take the break and come back.
You have to tell me what to talk about.
6:31, not quite. It's 4:31 on Power 106. How are you?
I'm good, busy. So
I can just imagine.
I tell you, and not just this, busy with everything to do with Negril.
Yeah.
And it's great, loved it. Last night we had the official opening of the high-low, and we had all the CEOs, Don Webby and everybody was down. And
Oh,
then we
really?
had Marcia Griffiths, which was really the highlight, wonderful. And then now this morning we had the new hospital official opening as well. See, my voice is going out. I had to give speeches and talk.
Wow.
So it's been busy, and this organizing this and running up and down, it's been a lot, but it's good.
Yeah.
Enjoy it, keep me busy.
Excellent. Okay. All right, so you're going to talk with us in this segment coming up? All right. Mrs. Bradley.
Elaine Allen Bradley.
Elaine Allen
I've
Bradley.
been on your show a couple
I
of
know.
times. Yes.
We did one down
We did that with,
upstairs.
right, at the plaza. Yes. It was at the Negril Vendors Plaza.
Elaine Allen Bradley. Allen Bradley.
Yes, sir.
Aye. Let's go, studio. ¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 27. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5 heures moins 27. Tiens, TDN le. Wu Dien Cha Ar Shir Chi Fen. 27 minutes going up to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at the Negril Community Center in Negril, Westmoreland, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to check in with a busybody. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Someone who is always ready to serve. I don't know how many hats. Where do I start now? I know she is a heavyweight when it comes to the Chamber of Commerce. She is Mrs. Elaine Allen Bradley. Good afternoon to you. And since this is the first time I'm seeing you in the new year, it's still new. Happy New Year. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. And how are you? And Happy New Year.
I am fine, thanks. Now, off air, you were telling me about all the various activities and happenings that you have been a part of, so we can well understand you've been really and truly busy. So which hat are you wearing this afternoon?
Well, I must say I'm wearing the hat of the Negril Chamber of Commerce and the Jaja Foundation.
Okay. So you have really taken on the armor, as they say, of the chamber and indeed Jaja Foundation. There seems to have been a kind of chemistry, that a once in a lifetime chemistry, where once you get together, you clicked, and you're still clicking.
I certainly am, and I hope for the benefit of Negril, I'll remain clicking and to help Negril to evolve to what it can be and should be. Negril is a beacon, and I think Negril has so much potential, and so for the Chamber of Commerce to come in, and the Chamber of Commerce has been a mainstay of Negril for years. Everything that's been successfully done in Negril, the Chamber has pushed for it, the Negril Chamber of Commerce. And they have been really pushing to make sure that Negril stays on top. And so we are now pushing for Negril to be upgraded, because Negril has been neglected for a long time. And as I said, we have potential and we could tap into that potential. Did you know that Jamaica has been voted as the #1 tourism destination since COVID? And so for the tourism, from the tourism perspective, we need to push Negril further and to develop Negril. So when people from abroad come, they are coming not just to Negril, they are coming to a first world place with state-of-the-art facilities. For example, the new high-low in the vicinity of the Boardwalk Village has just been officially opened last night, and it was wonderful. And this morning we had the new hospital, the Omega Medical Hospital, which is a state-of-the-art, and it's overdue, long overdue for Negril. So Negril is upwardly moving in a positive way. And we hope that a lot more of the tourism dollars will come to Negril, because Negril generates a lot.
Well, it does come, but what we hope is that it will stay. A significant enough portion of the money will stay.
And the local Negril people will see that tourism is really working for them. Because, you know, you can talk and say, yes, we are having all these people coming into Jamaica. But if the people who it's supposed to help to serve are not seeing it, then they are saying, well, where is it going?
Yeah.
So we aim now, and the Chamber is pushing for a lot of stuff so that the public can see the tourism dollars working for them. So we have a lot of things coming on board right now.
So it sounds like you have a list and you're ticking.
We certainly are ticking, but there are some people that want Negril to remain in the dark. I don't know if you heard about the Negril light, the Negril sign and the lighting that was
that
stolen.
one. Well, I tell you.
One of my main obstacle is, I am saying, if we have agencies that's supposed to work for the development of certain entities, if those agencies don't get together and work effectively, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
The Minister of Tourism said to me, you know something, I want all my resort to be pristine. Pristine only means one thing. And if we don't have all the agencies working together, how are you going to get Negril pristine? So my job is to get all the agencies to work together effectively and efficiently.
All right, so I get the impression then that you, apart from your own energy and being able to mobilize people, you must indeed have a core of people who are committed to the cause in order to meet your objectives.
Yes, we have the Destination Assurance Council, and we have a new young lady called Crystal, who is the destination manager. She is energetic, she's young, and so together and with all the chamber directors pulling in the same direction, my God, we are going to make Negril top of the scale, I'm telling you.
I have no doubt about that. But in terms of the essence of Negril, it is usually referred to as the capital of casual. You've signed off on that pretty much, right?
Yes, Negril is the capital of casual.
And I saw it with my two eyes earlier
Right.
on. People just walking barefooted, all over the area.
Yes, but we don't want them to walk naked. They
No,
have a
not
big
naked,
yes,
barefooted.
Barefooted. And it might be the capital of casual. Some people maybe think nakedness is casual.
No, no.
But we don't want that in Negril.
I get the point.
We want them literally to come and feel welcome and at home, and they can dress however they want, not naked, but
Right.
however they want, they can dress. Hence the capital of casual. And you have smart casual. So that's what we'd like to see, smart casual. So people know that we can dress up if we want to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would imagine there have been a lot of dressing up ever since the opening up or reopening of the economy, in the midst of COVID and that kind of thing. How has Negril fared with, considering what has happened over the last 3 years or so?
Right, I think Negril has fared pretty well because a lot of the rooms, if you ask in Negril, they are full. And so, people want rooms and can't get rooms. And so we know that Negril is really up and coming, and all we want is for the aesthetics of Negril to fare better. And we are getting there with the help of everybody. The chamber is pushing for so many things to happen. The directors of the chamber, they are hardworking people. And you must remember, the chamber work is voluntary and they have business to run as well. And they are 100% behind because, commerce flourish in a nice, if the community and commerce work together, we will get a better commerce and a better sort of liquidity between the community and the business people. And that's what we are aiming for. I don't have a business, I'm a community person. So the aim of me being the president is to bring community and commerce together. Commerce will thrive when we work together.
Absolutely, well put. There are a couple of issues that have arisen over the years with respect to Negril. Let me see if I'm remembering them. One having to do with a breakwater project. Is that still on?
No, we don't want to go there.
Okay.
That word breakwater is a curse word, as we would say. So we don't want to hear breakwater. There are things, and it's due to shore erosion. Now, if the beach is eroding, we need to put in so that people cannot build near to the shoreline.
Okay.
The more you build or the more you let people build on the shoreline, it's the more erosion you're going to get. Now, everything is here. In the chamber, we have environmental team. They know more about it than me.
Okay.
But I know that if you build a hard structure on the beach, the water is just going to hit against that hard structure and it's going to dig away at it. So therefore you will have, and we have people who will allow buildings to be near shore when it should be 150 feet from the high water mark. And that's not good. I know that people want, if you buy a piece of land in Negril, it's very expensive.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think it's $1 million US or so for like 1 acre of land in Negril, anywhere. And so
That's
if you...
prime real estate.
Absolutely. So if you buy a piece of land, you want to capitalize on it. So you're going to try to take up every space you can. But at the same time, you have to look at the environment.
Leave some room to breathe.
Absolutely. But I mean, it's business.
Understood.
And people want to cram everything to get their pennies worth.
To maximize.
Right, maximize on
their-
their capital, so to speak.
Yes.
So, you can understand that, but at the same time, we need to leave something for our children and grandchildren. And if we sort of thrash the environment now, see, climate change is taking over. And people still don't believe it. So one of the things we must do is insist that these guidelines are kept.
Yes. Well put. We have a couple more questions before we let you go. Listeners, you've been listening to Mrs. Elaine Allen Bradley of the Negril Chamber of Commerce. She is very, very deeply rooted here in Negril, and we're always happy to speak with her because then we can check the pulse of Negril, and it is good medically and also health-wise for the most part, in good condition. There's more after the break.
Yes, so how have you been? Looking
Great.
well and healthy as usual. Yes, and things are going well.
We're giving thanks. We
Yes,
can't
we have
complain.
to.
We're
Can't
still
complain.
here.
We are here. COVID, look at what COVID. And so we thank God every day we get up and we see the light. Thank God I'm alive and can I move?
That's the spirit.
Yes, I can move and I can still walk. So you come out, do what you have to do for the community, help the people you can help, like Jaja is doing now, and
That's right.
then nothing can go wrong there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
And
the spirit.
so, yes, and we have that. And if you get more people educated in thinking to help others, I mean, we say the words, but a lot of people, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's just lip service. And
Yeah.
you can't do that. If you, for me, people, our anthem, those people really, our Jamaica national anthem,
Yeah.
those people really analyze and think about it.
Maybe not.
I
If we
don't
did, then perhaps
we would be better
that would
off.
be reflected in,
Yes,
our
exactly.
behavior.
And we wouldn't be having so many murders, so many, just look out for one another. And that's something we need to do. And we need to drill it in. When I was growing up in Jamaica, you could leave your door open, literally. And everybody would be looking out in the community, everybody looking out for everybody else.
That's right. So you don't
Like
have
a
to
village
worry.
raising the kids. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
How are you feeling now? You're okay? Go home and go and have some soup or something, please. Yes. All right. Take care. She wasn't feeling very well after. They just gave her the injection.
Oh.
And so we did nothing to her, just the injection.
Okay,
And she
okay.
was feeling faint and dizzy and everything.
Stand by. Let's go, studio. ¿Qué hora es en espagnol? Son las 5 menos 13. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5 heures moins 13. 现在几点了？5点cha shi san fen. 13 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at the Negril Community Center in Negril, Westmoreland in Western Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned in to both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? We can tell you it's been a very, very productive, not day, but week for the volunteers, 45 plus volunteers of Jaja Foundation, Jamaicans abroad helping Jamaicans at home. And so we're pretty much winding down right now. But if you think we are going to be driving back to Kingston today, think again. We're staying in Negril. Who comes to Negril and then leaves? No, we're staying in Negril. So we're looking forward to that. And I am sure, Mrs. Elaine Allen Bradley has no issues with that at all, right?
None whatsoever.
We can stay as long as we want, right?
Absolutely, as long as you're paying for your rooms. We need to generate income. Negril needs uplifting and upgrading. And we've started, as I said, with a brand new hospital, brand new
Where's the
high-low.
hospital in relation to where we are now?
It's about 5 minutes, if not less, away from here.
Okay, it's called Omega.
Omega Medical Hospital.
Okay.
And it's a 24-hour service. They've got their ambulances, and it's a private hospital, but anybody welcome. We are in the process of helping and caring for people. So the hospital will not turn, obviously costs, but the hospital has to run and somebody has to pay for it.
That's right.
So so tourists will feel better knowing that there's a state-of-the-art hospital right here. And people like me,
Peace of mind.
people like me who are a bit more mature, I wouldn't say old, we come with
How can
ailments.
anybody look at you and say old? Come on now. Anyway.
We come with ailments, health issues, and once we know that there's a state-of-the-art hospital that will cater to every medical emergencies, we are welcome. And Negril have open arms welcoming everybody. So please come down. Bit of paradise, heaven on earth.
Indeed, stay where you are, because the other issue I'm remembering on my trips to Negril is the debate about noise abatement and how can we have a party for those who want to have a party, and can we do some yoga and relaxing in silence for those who want to do that? Is that possible in this what has become a cosmopolitan, watch this now, cosmopolitan metropolis?
Of course it's possible. The thing is, something, you have to have concern for your neighbors. And if everybody think, my neighbor might not like to hear my music, so why am I blasting the music?
Why don't I just put in some earphones?
Exactly. And nowadays, you can sort of invest in equipment that you do not have to disturb your neighbors. I've been to these headbanging parties.
Oh, you have? I haven't done. You're doing better than me, because I have.
And I'm older than you.
Well, I didn't say it.
Well, I am saying it because I know.
So it is possible.
Of course it's possible.
And it's happening.
It's happening. Well, it's happening. I went to the Rio, and you put on these headphones and you're listening to your music, and you're not disturbing the next person. Maybe with your head banging up and down, yes. But the other thing, people just need to be reasonable. And you can still have parties in Negril, and you can play. But if they say 2 o'clock, you do 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And that's fine. One of the main thing with the noise is the bass. And people can listen to music, and music can make you drift off to sleep. But once that bass is thumping away, thank you. No. The other thing is the loudmouth. They call themselves DJ.
Oh.
And sometimes they just drown out the music with their chit-chat, and it's not good, because people would rather listen to music than listen to DJ blasting.
True, especially in this day and age when
Thank
people
you.
can curate their own music.
Thank you. So it can happen, and the two can go side by side, but people should conform. And if you think about your neighbors, you will conform.
Yes.
And if we have that philosophy, we should be okay.
And you do have your fair share of, as I remember it, your fair share of environmental friendliness in terms of initiatives, projects, etc. Care to remind us of a few?
Right. Well, you know that we now have a recycling facility in Negril, over at Whitehall, and we have a recycling truck because
Whitehall, sorry, I know Whitehouse. Where's Whitehall?
Whitehall Estate is just behind the police station and the health center.
Okay.
And that facility is over there, and it's really state of the art as well. We've partnered with Recycling Partners of Jamaica, and that is going wonderful. You'll see the trucks driving up and down. We are doing some education in separation. And so when you're separating your garbage, you will find if you take out the plastic, you have maybe one small bag of garbage. And you see, people need to learn to compost. Burning leaves is not good. You can put dry leaves, when you rake them up, you put them around a tree, your banana tree, your
some
orange
kind of
tree
a
for
mulching.
right. And so it will cut down also on the fire, because a lot of kids nowadays have asthma. And when you burn every day and think of what, and I notice some people burn plastic, and that's carcinogenic.
That is,
and that's bad.
Yeah.
And you see, it's education again. They don't realize that if you're burning the plastic, you're burning garbage, you're inhaling, and it's not good for your lungs. And so your kids suffer. So they will wonder why the kids. So there's a lot of health issues as well to do with burning. And so we are educating people to try and separate. So that's what we are going for. So that recycling center is great.
Okay.
And we just need them to use it more. We're doing crushing plastics now, but we are hoping to do cardboard and glass.
And you have the capacity for that
Yes,
at the plant?
yes.
Okay.
So I mean, it's not completely there now, but they are working towards it.
Okay.
I mean, you have to say, I hear people sometimes say that Jamaica is a third world country. I've used this terminology last night and this morning, that I stop people when they say we are third world. Our minds might be third world, but we are a country in transition, and transition for the better. So we are now moving upwards, as I said. So we need more people to buy into that and make sure we have the best for our people, because it's us that have to do it. I know people say government. We are the government.
That's right.
We just put few people in to manage it for us. And if we take that on and said, yes, we want better, make them more accountable, then life will be better for all of us and better for our people.
That's right. And so as we get ready to wrap, can you give us a sense of your outlook for your beloved Negril as we get ready to wrap? What is your outlook for Negril 2023 and beyond?
My outlook for Negril is good. And I'm hoping, you cannot give up hope. You always, people say, why do you bother? Yes, I bother because our children and our children's children, and a lot of us have invested here. So we can only hope that Negril will be better off, and that the powers that be see that we're working towards betterment. And if Negril is better, the world and Jamaica, if each of us take on that responsibility, that we want better for our kids and our kids' kids, we will be better off. Just that willpower needs to be there.
Yes, indeed. Well, it's always a pleasure to talk with you, Elaine Allen Bradley. Congratulations to you and the entire chamber on the work that you continue to do, and the broader community here. It's working. It's happening. And it's very encouraging. So it's just to mobilize the others and get the others to see the vision.
Right.
Correct?
Yes. And I mean, I know that the chamber members, they and the directors, they see the vision, and we want now to pull in more people to see that vision, and we will. And I just want to thank them, and we must keep on going. Don't give up. It doesn't matter how disheartening, because a lot of people were trying to give up when they stole the lights and said, oh my God, but we are hoping, and we know that better is to come.
Indeed. And on that hopeful note, thank you so much once again, Madam President.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure always talking to you, Dervan.
Same here.
Yes. Our council caretaker for Negril is just arriving as well.
Okay, fashionably on time.
On time. Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Allen Bradley. Thanks. A lot of thanks to go out now. Thank you very much, Jaja Foundation, for taking us on board and giving us some insights into the on-the-ground work and the field work, we should say. We thank you very much. Thanks to our sales coordinator at Power 106 FM, Lorna Lewis. Thanks to our technical team led by our broadcast engineer on location, Richard Flowers. In the studios of Power 106 FM, I think that's between Davin Thomas and Adrian Reed. Thank you very much. Thanks as well to the other members of the Jaja Foundation team, for example, of course, Delta Wright and Karen Shields. We thank them very much. They've been feeding us with information as usual throughout this week. And thanks to you, our faithful listeners and viewers all over the globe, for making it both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. All things being well, both sides of the story returns Monday afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm inviting you to join us tomorrow morning from 6 to 9 on the Jamaican Diaspora live online. And I haven't learned the name of that hotel yet. Ayurveda. There you go. So that's where we will be in the morning, all things being well. You have one word in a couple of seconds because we're almost totally out of time.
Yes, good afternoon. I'm Owen James, Council Caretaker for the Negril Division. I must thank Jaja for a wonderful thing that they've put together. The residents of Negril and the environment are very appreciative of what they have done.
Thank you very much. You heard it from the representative himself. He too is pleased. We're out of time. Thanks everybody. Have a safe and peaceful weekend and see you in Negril.
Education thing in Kingston. Are you going to the education seminar tomorrow? Or they didn't invite you? In Kingston.
I know of it.
At the conference center.
I know of it, but I could check back through my messages. I don't think there was a special invitation.
Okay.
I think it was a general invitation.
Yeah. So you're not going to do any broadcasting because I figured they would have. It's Cashier Thorpe, you know the.
Yes.
She's the host.
Yes. She's the one who's doing the.
From all over the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Educators.
Thanks.
Yeah, Karen is here too. Karen Dunkley.
Oh, she's still here.
She's going to be one of the speakers tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I'm in trouble, because she did warn me and ask me to drive that side, the North Coast side, because she wanted me to.
No, she's gone in already.
To stop by her place.
Yes, she went into Kingston already this morning. When are you going back to Kingston?
Tomorrow. After we're finished at 9 in the morning.
Okay.
We're heading back afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't sign off, no? Bye.
Oh my goodness.
It's all right. We didn't say anything wrong.
Oh my goodness.
We didn't say anything wrong. How do I end this one now?
I'm sure you can edit.